Hey, Crystal.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm super good. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I'm the
To
team
kind
leader.
of meet you.
Yes, I know. We'll call it that for now.
Yeah. You're the
I'm
team
the
leader for which one again?
Coon Rapids.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
Hey, Danielle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. Here comes another. Hey, Catherine, how are you?
Doing well.
Awesome. Awesome. I know we've got some more people that are going to pop on here, and here comes another. And while we wait for them, I would love to start off by hearing a little bit about you guys, like what the state of the market is in your area, what the state in your market center is. Are things up or things down? Are agents happy or agents terrified? Like, give me the real deal about how things are for you right now, because what I always want to make sure is that like this bold is going to be tailored to serving you guys in the way that you most need it. So tell me what's going on.
Closings are down in our area
Okay.
and probably about 21% or so.
Okay.
Still issues with inventory, higher than normal price reductions, which doesn't fit. It's kind of a unique twist to that story.
Right.
Um, Yeah, so kind of a mixed bag when it comes to how the agents are feeling. It seems like there's like two camps, the ones that are so busy they can't handle it, and then the ones, figuring out if they're going to stay in the business or not.
So that's interesting. So let me, and I won't tell them you said it. So just answer honestly. The people that are so busy they just don't even know what to do, are they busy or busy productive?
Productive.
Okay, good, good. Because
Yep.
there's both. We all know.
Yes.
Um, awesome. Okay, so and hey, for those of you just joining us, what I was asking is just tell me what's going on in your market center. Tell me what the numbers are like, what the vibe is like right now with you and your agent. And so we heard from Coon Rapids. So what's another market center that can share just the real, like it all stays here. Tell me how things are going right now.
Just wait 1 second. Nick's autopilot is on again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Note taking.
I know. Can
But-
who's
It's his guy. It's fine.
I just this morning just if I dismissed it.
Oh.
So that's
yeah,
Oh,
and if Nick isn't on, I don't know how his autopilot is on.
I don't know how this whole thing, do you want me to,
Who does it in accountability group, all like when she's not there, it like takes notes so she can like follow up on it.
Yeah,
Do we
it'll
want-
automatically log into a Zoom and record it.
Nancy.
are y'all okay with it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know.
The notes that have been from our meeting this morning were very not accurate. So it's
Right.
concerning on that, but
Well, I'm gonna send this recording out to everybody anyways. So the actual recording, recorded by the computer, not the space people. Um, so tell me what's going on in your market centers, the other two market centers. I'd love to hear just the raw and dirty. Like, is it good? Is it bad? What does it look like?
I think we're seeing similar to what Crystal was saying. Our top people are having, we're having record Junes. July was a little slow, which is kind of
That's great.
par for us. And then people who are just getting into it or are not being consistent or not having business, so it's the challenge of the people who came in the last 6 years, right? That
Yeah.
never learned how to work hard at it necessarily, or really
How to do the
challenge.
things. Yeah.
Like you actually have to like they're not just going to call you anymore.
Yeah.
If you don't have systems in place to make that happen. So it's building systems. We're also seeing, I work a lot with our middle, so like how to build a scalable business. So they're
Yeah.
hitting the roller coaster of like, oh, I got 2 listings, this is awesome, and then they stop lead genning, and then it's like, okay, now you have no business again. So how to build a business that can continually produce, even when they're putting time and energy into the business, it's just working on the now business versus the future business sometimes.
No, exactly. How are the market center numbers? How's profit? How's all of that fun stuff?
Compared to what?
I mean, if you have to ask that, like what, like, how is it? I mean, how is it year over year? How does it feel right now? And I'm asking this for a reason. I don't want you to dwell good, bad, anything. Like, I want to know how to best serve you guys. And so I really like to know just what's, because some market centers are killing it right now, and some are like, we've had like $10 of profit share this year. So I just, what's going on? Tell me about it.
Well, I guess-
It's still there, which is good.
Okay.
It's lower than last year.
Okay,
Yeah.
We are
Is it-
above. Oh,
go ahead, go ahead.
mm-mm. Ask her your follow-up question.
Well, I was just going to ask, how are we versus projected? Because we might have projected that it was going to be lower. Like, are we where we should be based off what we projected, or is that down as well?
We're killing our projections.
Yes, awesome.
And behind on last year.
Okay, which,
15%
again-
behind on last year, and we expected to be down more.
okay, so you planned for it. That's cool. Okay. Anybody else have anything to share about how the market is, how the market center is, what the general feeling is? How's camaraderie? Like
I
the
feel-
general agent pool?
I feel like I can only speak for Maple Grove, but I feel
Of
like
course.
our culture is very strong here.
Good.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm seeing nodding heads. That's wonderful. To be honest, like when you all see each other, high five each other later, because like that's not what I'm generally hearing right now. I think a lot of times the shifting market kind of brings out the worst, and the whole grass is greener and all of that fun stuff. So I'm glad to hear that. That's wonderful. I want to share because I'm excited. I get to meet new people today. You guys are all new to me, and I know that I'm new to you. And so I to make sure that you don't totally tune me out and that your agents don't tune me out, I want to share a little bit about me and why I coach Bold. And then the goal of today is really just kind of get a feel for each other and to set a general game plan. And then I know that we have Mega Camp coming, and I want to let y'all get through that, and then we'll really start getting after it after Mega Camp, just so you know. So I've been a coach for 4.5 years with Maps. I've done Bold the entire time. I really enjoy not sitting behind the desk all the time, so Bold is for me. And so I've been in the business since 2006, always with Keller Williams. I started my business over in 2014. Essentially, I moved across the country and started from scratch, and Bold really served me at a high level. I didn't know what I was doing the first 8 years that I was in business. I kind of just took whatever came, and I had a high price point where I lived, and I had to treat my business like a business when I started over, and it's been super awesome. And I'm a 15-time Bold grad. Bold took me, the year I took it, I had earned $0 so far in October, so things were going awesome. And it turned me into a 7-figure earner in 5 years. And I have a high school diploma. That's the end of my education. So I'm super, super grateful for this program. I coach it out of literal true passion. I still have a team in production. Let me let this person in. So I still have a team in production. I'm down in Tampa, Florida. My team is called the HomeWise team. They cover the entire west coast of Florida. I do not sell anymore. I focus on coaching, and I'm a pretty avid real estate investor. So I'm an investor. I own a title company. I'm a former team leader. So I also I know y'all need a hug. Your job is really hard. I did it. I'm glad that you want to do it because I no longer want to do it. And so just know that part of my goal here is I really do desire to be your partner in this. Will you have some stuff to do? Yes. I don't want to be a task on your list. You have too many things to do already, and I understand that. I want myself and this Bold to be your leverage to make things better in your market center, to make you more money, because I know that you're probably bonus based, all of that good stuff. Like, I want to be a help, not a hindrance to you. Yeah, so I love what I do. I'm high energy. I'm real, and I want to make it, I want them to learn. I want to truly coach them, and they're going to have fun while they do it. I don't believe that they need to be bored or dry. Like, it's going to be a great time. And I'm super excited about it. So I believe in keeping it simple when it comes to a Bold launch. How many of you have launched a Bold before? I'm assuming most of you. Okay, yeah, most of you have done it before. So, and Maybe you've done it awesome ways, maybe you've done it different every time, and ultimately you're going to do whatever you want to do. This is my suggestion of how we make this not only a simple launch, we make it a huge launch, and ideally we pack that room before we get into step one. Like, forget first step. Blech, who cares? Like, let's get people committed to the entire thing. And so look, it starts with ALC meeting. And whether that's your regular ALC meeting or if we have to set something different, one of the first things I want to do, and this can be after Mega Camp, by the way, it's just one of the first things I want to do is I want to get in front of your ALC. I don't know, actually, let me ask you guys, and there's no right or wrong here, just there's different. Who, like, ideally, who do you want to see in the room? Like, not giving a list of names, like, are you looking to get your top producers in the room, to get the newbies in the room, the mighty middle, a little bit of everybody? Like, what's your vision for this Bold? And you can answer individually as market centers.
I can start.
Yeah.
So we did have kind of a mixed situation with Bold last October.
Okay.
Which turned some people off. So our spring Bold was a little bit littler.
So tell me more about it. What was the turn off?
I don't think people really loved the instructor, and it
Okay.
was a
It
little
wasn't
bit
me, so that's good.
Oh, I forgot to tell you it wasn't you.
Yeah.
But it was dry, and it, like, some people that it was their first time, so they're now turned off. To
Yeah, not me.
No, but how do we get them re-engaged? And those are the kind of people that I really want to focus on. I don't think our ALC necessarily needs Bold. It is really our middle,
Okay.
the people that can't afford it.
Okay.
To add a little bit to that, so I think the things that turned them off that I heard the most of was the coach didn't necessarily go through the material. It was a lot of storytelling versus content. And then they'd get done and they're like, we still have half of the book we haven't gone through, and the day is over. The other thing that they really missed was the camaraderie with their team. They didn't felt like they got to week 7 and they didn't get to know them.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And there
So
was no lead gen time.
yeah, and the accountability was
script.
kind of lacking. So like all the core things.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all done. That's good. There was no
Yeah.
lead gen time. Cool. That's crazy. That won't happen again. Oh, why? Okay.
It's really a bummer too, because the spring one was a very small group. I mean, we like barely made the minimum small.
Yeah.
And it was super, super powerful. Like, the agents that were there and did stick it through was some of the best feedback I've heard. I've only been in Bold like a few times, but it was really, really good. There was a lot of accountability, a lot of lead gen breakout, a lot of material implementation like right away. So it's kind of a bummer that the fall one did not go so hot, because I think that spring one would have been awesome if people hadn't gotten turned off a few months prior. It also
I
was
got
very
you.
back to, like, I want to add that. I mean, it felt like they graduated from fall and then spring was like a couple weeks later, it felt like.
Yeah. No, totally fair. Okay. So what about, other market centers, like ideally who is in the room?
I would have to agree with Beth, the people that are in the middle, and then anybody at the top or the bottom production wise would just kind of be a bonus. Same with my ALC. Some of them are, 14, 15 times through Bold, and will continue to go every time, that it's offered. Trying to keep it positive. I do think we have a little bit of work to do, because we hit last fall, and so it's tough to re-rally the troops, so but I would love to target that middle.
Okay.
Mhm.
So anybody else have anything? Okay.
So I'm from
Oh,
the
go
small
ahead.
market center that people will be traveling. So like obviously for my people, they'd be probably spending like 90 minutes in the car, both ways to get there. But it's also like those almost cappers. Like that's who I really want to get in there. Like my people that were very, very close this year and had their best year ever, but it was still not quite enough to cap. So that is what my small little market center can contribute.
Okay, no, that's amazing. And total side note, and I'm just throwing this out because it worked well in a bold that I did not very long ago. We had one market center that was kind of an outlier. They contacted some of their preferred vendors. They created transportation for 7 weeks, like not like a big giant bus, like a small bus. The agents flipped out for it and thought it was amazing and it was great for rapport building. It might be something you could do to get rid of that. Oh, I don't want to drive that far. Just throwing it out there.
One of our
Um,
agents owns a schoolie, so maybe we can just get her to
oh,
transport us back and forth.
or there's just that. Okay, that's amazing. So here's the only thing, and thank you for that, by the way. And we focus on the middle. Here's what I will tell you is that the middle wants top producers in the room. So I want to make sure that we have some, and
There
this
will
is
be
just,
top, there
Yeah,
will
okay.
be top producers.
I got
They're
you.
gonna
Okay.
go, they will, and I think Chris kind of alluded to this, like, we don't have to ask them to sign up. They, like, Nate Pence goes every October. Like, you're never gonna see him in a spring
Love it.
bowl, but he will be there once a year in October. Like, we have that group.
Perfect.
And this is the one, like, for us, where the majority of our ALC last year, like, they do the fall instead of the spring. So.
Yeah, well, it's a good
we'll
time to
be
do
convincing
it.
them. I think the
Yeah.
advantage for like our ALC is most of them have teams, and so it'll be encouraging their team members to also sign up in addition to themselves.
Oh, it's huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, here's my thing. I want to talk to your ALC. Here's what I have found over the years. If we can get your ALC bought in, whether they think they need it or not, if they'll say they'll go, and we put that message out to the rest of the agent body, those mid-level people watch your ALC like they do, and the newbies that are plugged in watch your ALC. So it really helps kind of, you don't have to push so hard. So it's ALC meeting for all the 3 different market centers. It is getting into a team meeting for you guys and really, and we have a lot of time here, so we should be able to schedule this, really setting an actual bold team meeting and not being like a 10-minute window where we literally go in and, like, if you know you're going to have 40 people show up that day, we're getting 40 people signed up for bold, like a meeting like that. And we'll mastermind around what that looks like. And then I'm a big fan of then it comes down to one-on-one conversations. I'm going to give you all sorts of tools for social media and emails that you can use and all of that stuff. And we all know that it's ultimately noise that only supports the big stuff. And the one-on-one conversations is the big stuff. So what I would task y'all to do is get that roster out, break it down, assign chunks to different leadership people, and everybody should have some responsibility there. And these are care conversations. Like, I've been an agent for a long time and I'm still an agent. And when I used to get the call, Bold is coming, will you go? I'm like, ugh. And I love Bold. Like, hi, what happened to hello? What happened? Like, I think what works really well is when we find out what's going on in their business, we find out what's going on in their world, and we find the gap because they all have one. And then Bold is then the solution to the gap that we bring up into the call, not at the beginning of the call. And if we do that, what I have found is about 50% of the time, my bolds, we walk in and we're already sold out, or we're at a sellout number and maybe we have some seats left. And it's just, it's stressful. And if you've all launched bolds before, you know, I'm sure you've had all sorts of different experiences. When we get to step 1 and we have a ton of people, we have this many people in the room and this many people have registered for the whole thing, and we have to convert like animals all day, it's not fun. And I think that if we take, like, we have so much time before launch that we can either let it lapse and kind of just it sits there, or we can take it as the gift that it is. And if we if we really hit it, like, we can sell out before we get in the room and everybody can have the amount of people that they desire to have a heavy impact on your market center. So that's all that I really desire to do. You brought up teams earlier. I want to let you know, and I'll remind you as we really get going after Mega Camp, like, you have somebody with a team, you connect us. I will find a time to zoom into one of their meetings. We can create a meeting. Like, I want to be your leverage. You guys are going to be the front lines talking to your people, and so wants me to talk to their team. Let me know. So they're not a no and you couldn't get them over the hump. Tell me, I'll get on the phone with them. Like, I want to be the person that comes and closes them for you guys when you need it. I don't want you losing sleep over this bold. We do this together. So the other thing I want to make sure you guys, So congratulate. I talked to your OP and he said this would be fine. So we're Wednesdays. I hope that's still fine. Because my other days are booked. So we are Wednesdays. And I will send out, when I send out the recording of this video, I will send out all of the dates. And yet it's the second Wednesday of October, skip week, and then we skip a week for Thanksgiving. Do you guys have, when it comes to venue, do you have kind of the same place you go every year? Are you going to shop around? What does venue look like? That looked like a thrilled face.
Well, Crystal and I aren't 100% on agreement, but we're thinking like we want to run it through our market center because it's beautiful.
Okay.
And so forth, but we are going to put some parameters around it. Of our agents don't go back to their offices at lunch. And
Oh, I'll chase them down.
there you go. See you, Crystal.
See, Crystal.
Look, I love it when it's not in the market center because they don't have that opportunity, and yet they can still go outside, go to the car. Like
Have
I'm
you
never
been
gonna
to
make.
Minnesota in December?
I'm not going outside.
I have done many. I tend to be in the tundra when it's time. I'm in Florida, and they send me to the snow every October. It's super fun. They will still go to their car. They're crazy. So how many people does your market center seat with tables and all? You know the drill.
We had 84 in there last October, so we did our October Bowl here.
Okay.
We had 110 in there for first step. We probably could have fit one more table. We could also extend out into our kitchen area if we needed to. So we can get between 80 and 100.
Because I know you had a goal of 100. Do you think you can realistically host that in the market center? Okay, cool. So what I would love to do is when we get off this, if one of you can either text or email me the address of your market center, I will submit for registration links immediately, and then we'll have them before Mega Camp. Do y'all have some people going to Mega Camp? So I'm happy to meet anybody you have at Mega Camp. All you got to do is text me and I will literally leave a training as long as I'm not teaching it and come find them. I am leaving. We get there earlier as math. Oh, P.S. I also have 6 children. So I don't like to be away from home for too long. So I am leaving on the Wednesday, and yet anything on Monday, anything on Tuesday, I will leave what I'm doing to come meet any of your people or recruits, and help lock them in right then. Because I think at Mega Camp, like they're all excited. They're all thinking about all these things they can do. And it's a good time to say, hey, why don't you just get that credit card out? I got a link right here. So.
Do you know, are there other, so typically there's a couple days in the Twin Cities where Bold happens. So like we're like the Northwest Metro. Do you know, is there a second one here?
I know there's supposed to be a second one. I have no idea what the dates are. We all just got our assignments a couple days ago, so nobody really knows what's happening. It is a different coach. Okay. Yeah, I am doing yours, and I am doing Kansas City, Missouri, and then I'm doing Tampa where I am. So I got one in the sun.
So you contacted me right away when you got your assignment.
Yeah, so what you'll learn about me is that I am super, super A-type, and I'm also easy to deal with. Like, I don't expect you to answer me right away, and yet I don't like leaving things undone. So I take what I do pretty seriously. What other questions? We got a few minutes left. We're just getting started. We're really going to start the push with the meetings and everything after Mega Camp. What questions do you have for me so that at least we can get things started off on the right foot? And you can ask me anything. You don't need to tiptoe around. I know we had some not amazing experience in the past. Like, just be real with me. I'm your partner. Not all at once, though, because it's really, really tough to keep up.
I don't really have anything for you yet.
Okay, so here's my one request. And just one person from each market center can do this. If you can send me your next couple ALC meetings, your next couple of team meetings, taking into account, like, if you always do a Mega Camp recap right after Mega Camp, probably not that one, because we want to be able to devote enough time to Bold. And anytime you have me come into a meeting, just know this as well. I'm not going to jump on and be like, Bold, 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 Bold. Like, I'm going to teach them and coach them, and then I'll talk about Bold. I'm not going to come in and hard sell anybody without providing value. I don't do that. All right. So if you can send me the dates so I can, because spoiler alert, I'm in the bold room for the next 2 months as well. So it's a big Jenga puzzle. So so if you can send me all the dates for your ALC and for your team meetings, that way we can set them out in advance and make sure that I can be everywhere. And then all I want you to know from me is that when I say I'm your partner, I mean it. Hey, so 3 people have asked me about this. Can you make a video? Yes, I can. I'll do it within 24 hours. Like all you need to do is ask me and I've got your back. And my goal is that this one blows everything else out of the water. They forget that things weren't perfect the last time they went, and that you guys have a huge financial impact, both at the market center level and on your fund paychecks. So that's my goal. All right.
Are those pictures of your kids behind you? All 6 of
Yeah,
them?
there's somewhere back there. I got all sorts of stuff.
Can
I have
you
all
see
the
them?
kids.
No,
I have-
that's why I asked them.
Oh, here. I mean, this is the only one that has all of them. Oh, that's weird glare. You could stalk me on Facebook. They're all really cute.
They look
Aw.
really cute with the glare.
That's a lot of kids.
Yeah, it's super a lot. It feels like 20 some days, and then it feels fine some days, and they're
I
cute
thought
for a
Marty's
reason,
four-
right?
I thought Marty's 4 girls was a lot. So
Look, 2 girls, 4 boys. So, and a million pets. We have a wild life, and I'm super grateful for it. So, so yeah, my friends, look, I'm here for you. Between now and Mega Camp, you should all have my cell phone by now because I've texted you. I'm going to email this out to everybody as well. Use it. I'd love to meet you in person at Mega Camp. I'd love to talk to any of your agents. I am here to make your life better, so please allow me to do so, okay? Awesome. Send me those dates. I'll send out this recording. Have a beautiful weekend, and I appreciate you.
Nick's otter foxtail is going to also send it.
Yes, yes, you.
You guys, I don't know what I did something and it's not been good for me so far. So so there you go. Now you guys all know that I have an AI assistant that is acting on its own. I think the world is ending. Be careful.
I told him I
Take it
didn't
over for
believe
sure.
him. I told him I
Here's
don't
my-
believe him.
Here's to making it to bold before the world ends. Let's go out with a bang.
You know what? Way to be bold right before the world ends, baby.
Oh my gosh. I appreciate you guys. I look forward to meeting y'all in person.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.